If ever you wanted to grow a crop of strawberries and not be impacted by snails and slugs, this is the best way to go. Growing strawberries in the ground leaves them vulnerable to all kinds of pests that spoil fruit before you can enjoy it. There are lots of ways to grow strawberries in the ground, but all require treatments for pests, hence the living wall concept. Okay, so how do you create them? Well, believe it or not, it's really easy to do. Grab yourself some 50mm wire mesh like this. Now, this is going to be basically the frame. You'll cut it off, bend the outside edges in, so you've basically got a 50mm deep frame. This becomes home for the mixture. On top, you have some weed mat. Now, it's actually set onto the frame and just tied in with cable ties, and that sits over the top. It basically sandwiches the soil medium in. The soil medium is really critical. This stuff here is absolutely beautiful stuff. It's called Coco Peat. Now, it comes in a block like this. You've probably seen it and not realised what it does, but it expands out to around about 60 litres when put into a wheelbarrow with water. And it provides one of the best sources of moisture for your plants when they're actually in the soil. So I'm going to fill this frame up, and then I've got to add the magic ingredients. This is that amazing fertiliser we go on about, Trevor M. The nutrient blend in this plant food is amazing, with over 60 macro and micronutrients, meaning the healthiest possible plants and ultimately food for you to consume. All right, so we've got the soil right, we've got the right fertiliser and the right type of soil, but the key to the whole thing is an irrigation system, and this is the type of stuff you use to make sure that you're watering the plants properly from the inside. It's a micro irrigation system, and you see it's got emitters built in to this beautiful little tubing, which is going to be tied across the frame and run back and forth right across there, held in place with cable ties. This is going to ensure that the plants here never dry out. The top frame is laid across the compressed Coco Peat soil and then cable tied down on either side of the frame to completely sandwich the soil in. So we've got our frame all ready. It's packed full of soil, it's ready for planting, and now's the time to use your strawberry runners. Now, you should always get virus index strawberry runners if you can. I've planted them growing in my garden already, so I'm taking some of the runners off those mother plants, and they're going to go in to the frame. And the way you do it is you literally cut a hole in every second 50mm frame. So effectively, one will go here, straight down into the Coco Peat. Then another one hole across will go in. This gives them at least 100mm gap between each one. This system can be used for ornamental plants as well. It's the perfect way to start a living wall. But if you're using strawberries, then set your frame up in a bright, sunny position. It's ready to go up on a wall. Now, sure, it's not quite at this standard yet, but that's only a few weeks old. Imagine in a few weeks when this has grown out, it is going to look absolutely sensational. And as the fruit hangs out, it looks even better. So whether you're dressing up a wall or a fence or putting it on a stand like this, you can't go wrong. But I've got to tell you, I think this is the best strawberry planter you'll ever get. What do you think? If you want to get hold of the instructions on how to do it, well, all you have to do is go to our website. It is thegardengurus.tv.